welcome to Titanium Taras Tarot, and today I will be doing a what should you pay attention to due to your intuitive style this week video. Okay, so for this I'll be using some concepts brought to us by Chris Duncan in his program Superconscious Education. I will also be using the Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein Oracle deck. And with that being said, let's get into my insight. Now, my gorgeous triple tears, the insight that I got was that you were doing. Okay, so this is the second time I'm filming this, and so the first time what I got is that something's off kilter, something's not quite right, and in someone else. Okay, so you notice something being quite off in someone else, and you're like, what's happening? Why are you doing this? Why is this a thing? What's wrong? And so this would, to me, would indicate someone who's trying to get to the bottom of things and try to fix something. But as Christopher Duncan talks a lot about in his program Superconscious Education, as I mentioned, the course I mentioned, all right, is that avoid solving something or correcting something, because that automatically implies that for you to be okay with that specific subject or that specific thing, there needs to be a problem resolution connection. So whatever happens, for you to feel 100% correct, you will create an issue for you to feel whole, all right? To feel like everything's correct in your life, because you feel like you need something going wrong for you to function properly. What Christopher talks a lot about is don't try to solve, create what you want. And just create it just because you'd love it. Not because you want not because it will allow you to get to something else. Create it just because you'd love it. That is it. So, for example, you want to eat a sandwich. You want to eat a salami sandwich. Why? Not because you're hungry, but because you love it. Okay? Just because you'd love it. That's it. Even if you are hungry, but that is a detail that doesn't need to be mentioned. Just do it because you'd love it, okay? So that was it for my insight. I guess if anything else pops up during the reading, I'll mention it. But that is what I have for this portion of the reading. Now, the way I'll be dividing this reading up is with the 9 orientations brought to us by Christopher Duncan. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, let us get into the cards and concepts. Okay, so the first group of individuals I'll be pulling for are my perfectionists. The individuals who intuitively know how things should be done in order for them to turn out great. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists, please come forward and share what they should pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my perfectionists, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. And you got, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. So my perfectionists, what this is just saying is that if you want things to happen quickly, make sure that you are enjoying the ride from point A to point B. Don't be so hung up on how things should be done or how things need to be done for them to turn out great. Just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the process so that you can, at the end of the process, be like, that was fun. I want to do that again. I want to create one more time, no matter how long it takes to get to my objective. I am going to create, because that is what our purpose is, creating, because we are mini gods of our mini universe, which is our lives and our reality. We are the gods of our personal reality, not the reality of the planet that is God's purpose, right? Our reality, our life, is what we have complete control over at all times. So, what was I saying? What was I getting at? So, when you have fun and when you are creating what you want, whatever comes to you is going to be something that will bring you pleasure. So, if you are currently attracting something you do not like, put it in your mind. Think of it as you have paid so much attention to that one thing that the universe is like, okay, if that's what you want, universe, God, what have you, is like, okay, fine, if that's what you want, here you have it. But it's not what I want. But that's what you've been thinking about constantly. So stop thinking about it. Alright, I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions and it will be my pleasure to answer. Okay? So now on to my helpers. The individuals who intuitively know how to assist anyone in any given situation at any time and anywhere. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share. Please come forward and share my helpers. Please come forward and share how. Please come forward and share what is it that they should pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my helpers, please come forward and share what must they pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good, and you got. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. So, my gorgeous helpers, what you should be concentrating, what you should pay attention to is what you're doing to get closer to understanding the current situation you find yourself in. Because consciousness, okay, is you, your ego, is your ego self. Okay, basically, this is basically saying you do whatever it takes to get closer to yourself. And when you understand yourself, you understand your reality, how you have created your reality up to this point, and when you understand how you've created your reality up to this point, you can uncreate it just as fast. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions and it will be my pleasure to answer. So that was it for my helpers. Now on to my achievers. Yes, the individuals, achievers. Okay, so the achievers are the individuals who intuitively know how to set goals and go about achieving them one by one. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. No. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my achievers, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. Please, God, angels, and guides, and you got a follower, which is attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So, my gorgeous achievers, is someone doing this to you, or are you doing this to someone else? Because I know that in my case, the achiever I am connected to is doing this to me. Which is fine. It's just their coping mechanism. It's just a coping mechanism, and it just indicates that they are not currently ready to talk about what is the pink elephant, the big pink fluffy elephant in the room quite yet. So at this point, okay, this would indicate that you either wait for it, or you move on. Okay, so that was it for my achievers. Okay, all right. So now on to my individualists, the individuals who intuitively know what to place in the center of attention, how long to keep it there, for what aim, and what purpose. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my individualists, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. And you got a card pointing towards the left, which would indicate to me that it either happened in the past, or it's happening super slowly. So this card says, energy flows where my intention goes. So either you understood this in the past and now you are very mindful of where you're placing your attention or you're placing your intention, or you're learning this super slowly and you're like, no, there's no correlation between one and the other. Please stop berating me with this. Okay, it's not like this, it's like that. And you're being headstrong and like an ass, and you're like, no, that's not it. When sometimes it is, but you're like, no, I know what I know, and this is not it. Well, I just have one thing to say. Is what you know helping you achieve what you want? If the answer is no, then I think it's time for you to reassess the situation. Okay? My gorgeous individualists. Alright? So that was it for you guys. Now on to my investigators, the individuals who intuitively know what to research, how long to research it, for what aim, and what purpose. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators. Did you notice my eyes kind of glaze over? And when my eyes kind of glaze over, that's just my sign that I'm getting into I'm doing it through habit. So either my investigators, you're doing something through habit, through having done it multiple times, which means that you are no longer completely conscious or aware of what you're doing, which would indicate that you are letting your subconscious take over, which in some cases means that you have internalized what you're doing so much so that it has now become a second nature, which is you have become unconsciously competent into something, which is great, because that is the fourth step in learning anything, which would indicate that you are well on your way to becoming a master at it. Okay, so that is a very good sign, is what I'm getting at. All right, so please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style. Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my investigators, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style. And you got, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So either you've learned this, you know this, and you have made it into you've uploaded it to your subconscious mind, or downloaded it to your subconscious mind, which would mean that you have now adopting this system of knowing how your energy works is getting installed in your mainframe. Why? I don't know why, but I'm referring to computers. I don't know. I find that it's going to help more people understand what I'm trying to say. So you have uploaded something and you're allowing it to download into your mainframe, or your disk, your hard drive. And so this would mean that this manifestation is just around the bend. It's like right there. And you're like, you can feel it, but you're like, I can't see it. Where is it? But it's like, just wait a minute. Concentrate on the rolling circle, you know, and it's like there, that shows that it's like buffering. Concentrate on something else. Don't concentrate on the buffering. See? I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love. So instead of focusing on the one thing that you despise at this moment, which is the turning wheel on the screen, concentrate on the fact that your manifestation is coming in. And it is coming in quick because you have finally installed a new software of how to manifest what you want and how to communicate with God/the universe. Okay? So that was it for my... I was kind of surprised because the last video, okay, went on to 6 minutes, while as the previous video I had to redo was like 4 minutes, and it didn't allow it to like completely register. I was like, this is weird. But I digress. So that was it for my investigators. Now on to my loyalists. Alright, so please God, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my I was trying to make sense of my cards. So please come, who has a message for my loyalists? Please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style this week. Please God, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my loyalists. And you got, when I am connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So my loyalists, concentrate on your joy, concentrate on that, because when you are joyful, alright, you will attract support from the divine, is what I'm getting, alright? So that was it for my loyalists. Alright, now on to my enthusiasts, the individuals who intuitively know what to place, who know what to be enthusiastic about, how long to be enthusiastic about it, for what aim and what purpose. So please God, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my enthusiasts, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to their intuitive style this week. Please God, angels and guides, and you got joy is the ultimate creator, pointing towards the right. So my gorgeous enthusiasts, what you are going to, because cards that come out pointing towards the right to me indicate that they either are happening soon or they're happening in the deep future. How deep a future, I don't know, but if you continue doing what you've been doing up to this point, it is definitely going to happen. So what you have noticed is that joy is the ultimate creator. You can create so much more when you are joyful, when you are happy, when you are in the right headspace to create what you want, because you are more open to the possibilities and all that jazz. Okay, so that was it for my enthusiasts. So now on to my protectors, the individuals who intuitively know how to keep things safe, for how long, for what aim, and what purpose. So please God, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my protectors, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to their intuitive style this week. Please God, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my protectors, please come forward and share what should they pay attention to due to their intuitive style. And you got this card pointing towards the left. So cards that come out pointing towards the left to me indicate that they happened in the past or they're happening super slowly. And this card says, I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. So you either learned this in the past or you're taking your sweet time learning this. You're like, nay, this is not how it's done, or this is not how it works. And so you're being, how should I say it? You are being headstrong in what you believe in, which is not a bad thing, but I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive when it's keeping you from what you want to manifest. Okay? So that was it for my protectors. Now, I know it sounds like I'm pointing the finger at you and being like, you are doing it wrong. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing it at your pace. And you need to trust yourself and understand that whatever you've done for a specific reason. Because if you hadn't done that specific order of things, you might not have learned what you needed to learn at the time you needed to learn it in. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions and it'll be my pleasure to answer. Alright, so now on to my chameleons, the individuals who intuitively know what intuitive style to use in any given situation. So please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, please come forward and share what attitude they should adopt to get. No? What should they pay attention to their intuitive style this week? Please, God, angels, and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my chameleons, please come forward and share. And you got hope is the conduit for miracles. It is the conduit for miracles. How do you think I got to this place? Just because I had the hope that I would be able to create the future I wanted. That I would be able to manifest the future I wanted. Because I was so headstrong and decisive in the fact that this is the future I want to create for myself, where I am able to look like nothing ever happened, to start interacting with people like nothing ever happened, and all that jazz. Because for those who aren't aware, I was hit by a car at age 19, and due to that I had a lot of injuries and a lot of issues with how I was interacting with people, how fast or how slow I was walking, talking, and all that thinking and all that jazz. But I was able, and by the way, this is not just me, this is everybody. Anyone who chooses to go down this path can go down this path. You just have to choose it for yourself. And you will see how God or the universe or your angels, your guides, your ancestors, whatever you want to place in that spot, in that sentence, will send you what you need to get to your next step. But you first have to want to do something. You have to be clear, concise, and this is what I want. Without it, you might not go very far. Okay? So, that was it for my chameleons. Now, my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys this week for this video series. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good week and I will see you next Friday, okay? Bye.